Toy Story 4 takes Bonnie and her favorite toys on the road where there are tons of hidden secrets and Easter eggs at every turn. Let's get a move on! Even before the road trip, there are some interesting things to see around Bonnie's room. This one is really hard to find because we never actually get a clear view, but there's a shelf on Bonnie's wall with a vase holding a wand. Right next to it, you'll find a tiny framed picture of something with a round black nose and a thick collar. It's Doug from Disney Pixar's Up. Andy's toys have had to adjust to their new kid's world, including Bonnie's mom's cleaning schedule. Watch as Woody, voiced by Tom Hanks, tries to calm Rex and Jessie in the closet. Also returning as the voices of Rex and Jessie are Wallace Shawn and Joan Cusack. Poor Jessie. Why is she so upset? Well, if you remember in Toy Story 2, she was traumatized from being packed away in storage for so long. It's a fear she even had to face in order to save Woody in the Disney Pixar short Toy Story of Terror. There's actually another toy in the closet that was featured in Toy Story of Terror. It's that clock who keeps rubbing it in how Woody's spending more and more time in the closet. Do you remember his name? Father Time? Well, close. It's Old Timer. Though in Toy Story of Terror, Ron the manager had him labeled on his bulletin board as Watch. Poor Woody. I guess he's no longer the favorite toy anymore. Watch as Bonnie grabs his badge and gives it to Jessie. I guess there's a new sheriff in town. Oof, there's Bonnie's dad stomping on Woody's head, adding insult to injury. And here all this time I thought his head was made of wood. Did you know that it took the animators 3 weeks to perfect the look of Woody's smooshed head? Talk about mind-bending. But ever the loyal toy, Woody sneaks into Bonnie's bag and joins her for the kindergarten orientation. Speaking of Bonnie's bag, take a closer look at it. There's something strangely familiar about the design. Take away the big flower in the sun. The little pink flowers on a powder blue background call to mind the color palette and design of a famous blue and pink furry polka-dotted monster, James P. Sullivan, aka Sully from Monsters, Inc. and Monsters University. At orientation, things are looking pretty lonely for Bonnie, but with a little meddling on the part of Woody, a new friend for Bonnie is born. Meet Forky, voiced by Tony Hale, one of the most offbeat and unforgettable Toy Story characters ever. Since Forky's made from scraps and crafts, he has a hard time seeing himself as more than just trash. But with the help of Woody and friends, he learns that he was made for something more, the love of a child. When Tony Hale was approached to play the role of Forky, he said, "A utensil's existential crisis? I'm in." When you think about it, that's really the trademark of the Toy Story series. In each movie, the toys are in transition and struggling to understand their role in an ever-changing world. As for the world of Pixar Studios, the animators got to play like kindergartners themselves. You see, Forky wasn't only modeled inside of a computer. Did you know that Pixar animators actually had a fork shop and created their own real-life Forkies? According to director Josh Cooley, making Forky was a challenge in a great way. He told his animators, "Make it look handmade. Make it feel like a kid was operating it." As the film progresses, though, keep an eye on Forky, and you'll notice that his movements become more fluid. He becomes more flexible, and near the end of the movie, he even develops the ability to blink his googly eyes. Forky finds himself spending most of the movie at the Second Chance Antiques shop, not realizing he's actually become a kind of hostage for Gabby Gabby, voiced by Christina Hendricks. He winds up befriending her and her creepy puppets, the Bensons. Did you know that Christina Hendricks revealed she had a special affinity for the Bensons because she loved the doll as a child? She tells a story about revealing this fact to the filmmakers. "The funny thing is, I always wanted a ventriloquist doll, but I had no intention of being a ventriloquist. I just liked the doll, and that he was fancy and wore like a black tie, the monocle. I was just like, this guy's a class act. So now as an adult, I have it and it's in my house. So when I went to the office and they would show me, I was like, but I have that doll in my house." They were like, "That's really weird." I guess there's something to be said for revealing too much. But when it comes to the antique shop, the game is on. There's a treasure trove of secrets to be revealed in its dusty, cobwebby aisles. Speaking of, take a close look at the web details all over the store. It must have taken animators months to create those one by one. Actually, not so much. Did you know that those webs weren't made by animators at all, but by AI spiders? How creepy is that? Don't worry, they weren't venomous or even the 8-legged type. They were a computer program developed by Pixar to go about the virtual space and create the webs where needed. The spider program saved the animators months of painstaking work. Speaking of work, Woody sure has his cut out for him if he's gonna save his friend Forky. Luckily, he reunites with Bo Peep, played by Annie Potts. She's been on her own around these parts for 7 years, and she's made some friends of her own that just might be able to help. Welcome to the Pinball Club. But wait, before we jump inside, pause fast and take a good look at the back glass of the pinball machine. Those tiki heads seem familiar to you, shark bait? That's because they were in the dentist P. Sherman's fish tank in Finding Nemo. Another P. Sherman Easter egg is hanging around, but more on that later. The Pinball Club. You will never find a more playful hive of toys and, well, more toys. In fact, I'm not the only one poking fun at Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope. Did you see the classic Obi-Wan Kenobi and Ponda Baba figurines? They're reenacting the famous cantina scene. Wait, did you hear that? It's faint under Doug's answer to Bo, but watch as Ponda loses his arm and you hear the famous Wilhelm scream from 1951's Distant Drums. Check out the Oakland A's bobblehead. There's no jersey number to speak of, but that could be Oakland A's Hall of Famer Ricky Henderson. It's strange because if you jump back to the beginning of Bo's and Doug's exchange, there's what looks like an identical bobblehead, only that player's wearing the minor league jersey for the Oakland Oaks, a team Ricky didn't play for. Any of you baseball superfans out there have a theory? Write in the comments section. Anyway, we're not here for Ricky, we're here for Duke. Duke Kaboom, that is, voiced by Keanu Reeves. Did you know that Duke Kaboom is a fictional Canadian take on a real-life American stuntman Evel Knievel? In fact, the filmmakers are kind of poking fun at the stuntman. Well, his merchandising anyway. A part of Duke's storyline is a tale as old as, well, the first Toy Story at least. Remember when Buzz found out he couldn't fly thanks to the commercial he sees at Sid's house? Well, Duke's kid, Rajon, throws Duke away after he fails to do all the amazing things he does in his own commercial. This was also a little dig at Evel Knievel's stunt cycle toy, which suffered the same fate. This, of course, was no laughing matter to Duke nor Reeves, the voice who portrayed him. In fact, Reeves took Kaboom as seriously as he did any role. Did you know that Reeves auditioned via a blind recording process? Director Josh Cooley and producers Jonas Rivera and Mark Nielsen went through a group of Canadian voices without knowing who they belonged to. And when they got to Reeves, they knew they found their Duke. Reeves showed up at the studio on his motorcycle, no less, with all sorts of questions about Duke and his character. And the group workshopped Kaboom over lunch, with Reeves reportedly getting up on a lunch table in the atrium and doing karate moves. Sad Keanu? I think not. When the smoke cleared, Pixar had another scene-stealing featured character. And in the tradition of the famously benevolent Reeves, a super nice character at that. You might recall from earlier in the movie, when Woody reunites with Bo, he meets some other toys, including a combat Carl in snow gear. Keep your eye on the poor guy. When it comes to high fives, he's the odd man out every time. Awkwardly left hanging. But watch past the end credits and you'll see that Duke pays him the respect he deserves. Kaboom! Duke sure comes in handy. Watch as he keeps the cat called Dragon busy while Woody tries to spring Forky. Wait a minute, go back and pause. Did you see it? There's a Monsters Inc. canister at the second-hand antique shop. I wonder what one of those go for. There's another crazy bit of hardware to be found in the shop. About a minute later, as our heroes attempt to make an escape, look quickly to your left and you'll see a dark cube with the word Pixar on it. That's one of the earliest computers used for movie VFX before the company Pixar even came to be. It was called the Pixar computer. It seems there's no end to the Pixar secrets all around the shop. In one of the first shots, check out that fish mounted along the crossbeam. That's not just any fish, that's a barracuda. And not just any barracuda, but the one that attacked Marlin and his wife Coral at the beginning of Finding Nemo. At least we know he got what was coming to him. While we're on the topic of Finding Nemo, remember when I said we had another P. Sherman Easter egg for y'all? Well, here it is, P. Sherman's scuba mask. Alright everyone, say it along with me like Dory. P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. Nice. But wait a minute, we're not done here. In the same shot, look high up on the window ledge next to the walker. That's Carl Fredrickssen's cane from Up. I'd recognize those tennis balls anywhere. There's another wink at Up in the store. Take a look at the famous painting in the gold frame, dogs playing poker. Only like most prints these days, that's not the original 1894 scene depicted by Cassius Marcellus Coolidge. It's a pop culture reinterpretation featuring Up's evil explorer Charles Muntz and his dogs, Doug included. There's another portrait in the shop featuring Muntz's dog Alpha all by himself. Did you happen to catch it earlier? No? You missed it? I'll give you a hint. It's near the Barracuda. Muntz isn't the only old-timer lurking about in the shop, well, aside from Margaret, the owner. But this next Easter egg might just lead to an interesting connection. You see, there's another photo sitting behind the register. It's tiny and black and white. It's a picture of Jerry from the Oscar-winning Pixar short Jerry's Game. You might know him best for his appearance in Toy Story 2 as the old man who fixes Woody. With the picture in a place of prominence behind the register, could it be that he and Margaret are connected? Married, maybe? Here's another Easter egg featuring Margaret. At one point in the movie, newfound friends from the nearby carnival, Ducky and Bunny, performed by Keegan-Michael Key and Jordan Peele, strategize how they're going to get the much-needed key for Woody's mission. This includes a very involved plan where they sneak into Margaret's house. At one point, Margaret is looking through her fridge. See the Chinese takeout box? You can't have one of those in the Pixar universe and not have fans think instantly of Pixar's second feature, A Bug's Life. What's the key for? The cabinet holding Forky, as well as another blink and you'll miss it Easter egg. It's hard to spot, but you're looking for a Celtic plate in the cabinet. Recognize it? It's the same emblem used by Merida's clan in Brave. What's a Pixar plate without some Pixar cups? Keep your eyes peeled, this one goes by super quick. As Woody and friends grab the yarn being dragged by dragons, stop when you can see the glass cabinet just before Bunny and Ducky hitch a ride. On the top shelf, there are 3 water glasses with Wall-E-themed decorations on them. Alright, time to pull out all the stops. You want a really difficult one? You got it. It's time to find A113. Just like the Pizza Planet delivery truck, this one is usually a gimme in the world of Toy Story. Not this time. No license plate is going to save you here. Instead, it's hiding very carefully within the store. Watch as Woody and Bo strategize how they're going to sneak past Dragon and the Bensons. Did you catch it when Bo pointed with her staff? No? Run it back and try again. Look way right, beyond the lava lamp and beside the wooden spoon and fork. You see that funky piece of wall art? See if you can't make out an A, 2 1s, and a 3 in that design. Crazy, right? It's almost unfair. Did you catch some stuff that we missed this time around? Don't worry, we'll revisit Toy Story 4 again. But until then, I hope you liked this video and found some cool things you hadn't seen before in Disney Pixar's Toy Story 4. Don't forget to subscribe to Movie Logic for more daily movie trivia, secrets, and Easter eggs.